All right. Hi, Emma. This is your reading. Your question was, why couldn't you and Tobias continue seeing each other? And I did the reading, and it enlightened me about several things. One, this is a Two of Swords. I'm wondering if you saw this coming, because on the Two of Swords there's a blindfold on, and that's my card for you didn't see, or you chose not to see, or you chose not to pay attention, or think it wasn't anything happening that was that big of a deal, while it was actually happening. I am also seeing the Knight of Swords. He made a very quick decision. And he made that decision, and then he went through with it very quickly. He does think that his decision was correct and that he made the right choice for himself. Unfortunately, it was totally about what he wanted and not really truly what you wanted. But on most breakups, that is the case. The person doing the breaking up. He feels there was too much conflict in the relationship, and he really couldn't handle that. I'm not sure if he showed you that outwardly, but that is one of the reasons he made the decision that he did. Now, you have to understand something. Each person decides in their brain, in their life, what is too much conflict. You may be able to handle so much more. It's like, okay, this is just a part of a relationship. This is not that big of a deal. We work through it and we move on. So it doesn't mean that there necessarily was a ton of arguing or problems. It was just the way he thought of the problems and or arguing. If I'm hoping that makes sense. He feels that you and him were not on the same path. Whether that was emotionally leading to marriage, what he wanted in a relationship. He feels like here's him, and he feels like you were over going this way. Now, in your mind, that may not even have been true. You might have had great conversations about the relationship and where it was heading, but in his mind, he does believe you guys were not on the same path, unfortunately. Once he made his mind up in concerning himself and the way he thought, it was a done deal. Done. I don't know if this all came out very, very quickly, like whether he talked to you from one day to the next, but that is what I am seeing in your reading. So I'm hoping I should say, that this kind of gives you some insight into where his mind was. Kind of try to put yourself into his shoes, if that makes sense. Because each one of us think completely separate from the other one. So maybe at some point, you and him can have a conversation when things kind of calm down, or when things get a little more stable in each of your lives. And, maybe he can enlighten you a bit more when that time comes. All right, Emma, I'm sorry for what you're going through. It's never easy doing these type of readings, but I do believe in being completely honest in what I'm seeing. So I'm hoping that this just will help you understand a little more, and I'm just hoping you have a good night.